Hey guys! Welcome back! This is History of Digimon Digital Monsters Season 2, Episode 25 of my show. This is about Episode 24. Now before I start talking about it, I just want to mention, this is the first video for the month of July. And, also, I believe I told you guys before last week I was gonna upload one this week on Thursday because of Canada Day being a day off, which was yesterday. So this is the first one for the month of July and stuff. And since it's the new month, I just want to see you guys give this video the best you can because it's the first video of the new month and stuff like that. Okay, now getting into it. This episode is called If I Don't. This is Digimon Digital Monsters Season 2, Episode 25 of my show. This is about Episode 24. And now, Episode 24 in the English dub is known as, If I Only Had a Tail Hammer, which is I'll explain why it's called that later, though. Basically, what happens is, Ken is having dinner with his parents, and he says that he's full and stuff, and his dad is telling him that it's best that he eats well for his mind and body and stuff, and then he decides to have another half a bowl, and then he goes into his room, and and then basically what happens is, Minnowmon, this also introduces the Wormmon in training form. This video also introduces Wormmon in training form. He's known as Minnowmon. Well, actually, I'll get back into that. He goes into his bedroom, and then there's this Digimon that looks like a little tree-like thing with a pine cone, and it's on a string. Now, that also introduces another form of Wormmon's evolution. It's his rookie form. It's his in training form of Minnowmon and stuff. And I don't know much about Minnowmon. I don't know what kind of special attack he uses because they didn't show it in the episode. So I don't know what his special attack is. I just really don't know that, in my personal opinion. And anyway, Minnowmon is wondering what's wrong with Ken, and Ken is basically saying that it's nothing. He just ate too much at dinner, and then Minnowmon's wondering why he did it. And he said that he just eats one bowl, but his parents seem concerned, so he ate another half for them and stuff. And then Minnowmon is saying that he ate more for his parents and stuff. And then basically what happens is he said that he's actually kind of happy about it. He said that who would have thought he should have to start eating more every day and stuff. And then Minnowmon said that in that case, there's only one thing to do, and he starts jumping on Ken's bed and starts doing jumping jacks. And then Ken starts to laugh, and he tells him that's enough, that they have to go to sleep. And then while they're sleeping in the middle of the night, Ken wakes up, and there's this weird white-haired woman standing by his computer and stuff. Now, that white-haired woman is actually one of the other antagonists of this second season. I won't explain who she really is. I will tell you this, though. She is actually a Digimon that can take a human form in the human world. I won't tell you what Digimon she is until her Digimon identity is revealed, but I will put it in the description about her showing up in this episode. Oh, and just getting back on track with it first, before I mention anything else, this episode starts a section of the series that I like to call the Transforming Control Spires Saga thing. I guess I should have put the Digimon Emperor Saga for it for the first half, but I didn't bother. This is like the second half of the first. It's not like the halfway mark, but it's like the second half of the second season. And in this second half, the Digidestin fight Digimon that are transformed from control spires, so they're not actually really real and stuff. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then the woman is wondering, he says, Emperor, are you sleeping? And then she says that's because he's through. And he's wondering, and Ken's wondering what she's talking about, and she's saying that he's so useless and stuff, and then then she shows up with this lettering on the woman, and there's this voiceover, which is the same voiceover from the last episode I did before the Canada Day, by the way, I was on a little bit of a minor break after the previous video. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. I was on a minor break. I thought I'd get that out of the way anyway. Anyway, getting back into it. And then she disappears, and then Minnowmon's wondering if she's gone. And Ken says that he hopes so. And then in the next episode, in the next part of the episode, it's morning, and the Digidestin and Davis, Yoli, Cody, and the others are going back into the digital world, and primary village has changed from what it was, and there's lots of other Digimon there and stuff, and then Davis starts playing with them, and then later on, first of all, Davis tries to make Themon digivolve to X-Themon, but it doesn't work. And then Davis is wondering why it doesn't make sense, because he already ate a lot lately. And then TK and Kari go off to figure it out, and Ankylomon doesn't digivolve. That's mostly because her tail ring is missing, so she can't digivolve to her ultimate form yet. But she will get to digivolve to the ultimate form later on during the 30 section of episodes, the last episode of the 30 section, plus the first episode of the 40 section of episodes. I just thought I'd get out of the way. Oh, and by the way, since we're trying to get close to the 40 section of episodes, I just want to mention this. I'll give you guys a quick little heads up about the 40 section of episodes. The first episodes 40, 41, and 42 are part of a 3-part episode. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. I just thought I'd give you guys a little heads up about that. And anyway, continuing on, I'll remind you guys about that again when I get to the 30 set of episodes. I just figured since this season is kind of short, it's only 50 episodes long, the 40 section of episodes is like the second half, and it's kind of the 30 section of episodes is the midway point, just like the previous season, but the 40 section of episodes is like a third of the way done. It's like a third of the way, because there's only 50 episodes in the season that I'm talking about. Anyway, getting back into it, Patamon has tried to digivolve, and he doesn't. Patamon is saying that they're not amateurs like Themon and stuff. And then what's going on? And then TK looks off into the distance, and he says that he thought that the control spires were inactive when Ken up, but this means that they were still operational. Now, actually, now that I got into it about the control spires, Ken may have used the control spires, but he's not actually the one who created them. I'll explain more about that later. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then TK and Kari and Ankylomon and Patamon go back to where Davis and the others are, and they start playing around. And then tell them about what happened with the control spires, and basically what happens after that is then Cody and Digimon are underground. first there's this control spire up on the ridge, and I see it, and then later on, Cody's underground with Digimon doing some drill work, and then this weird Digimon shows up that looks like a giant ball, like a tiny little ball with a lightning bolt on its head. Now that's kind of a new Digimon. He's known as Thundermon, but technically Thundermon isn't actually a real Digimon. Like this episode kind of starts a section of the series that I like to call the Trasnsforming Control Spires Saga. Like the first section of it, like from episode 1 to 21 was the Digimon Emperor Saga, and this is the next saga, like the next little adventure segment of it. And then Cody is wondering why Thundermon's attacking them, and then later on, Armadillomon turns back, like, later on, Digimon turns back into Armadillomon, and, basically what happens after that is then Cody's Digivice activates, and then Armadillomon digivolves the normal way. Now, this introduces Armadillomon's champion form. He's known as Ankylomon. And as his champion form, Ankylomon's special attack is known as Tail Hammer. Now that kind of references the episode title, so I'm gonna put that in the description as well. Also about Thundermon showing up as well, and about the Trasnsforming Control Spires Saga, and about Ankylomon and stuff. And then Ankylomon's wondering how he digivolved, and then Cody doesn't know why, and he says that he's confused. Digimon couldn't digivolve, but somehow he could. And then later on, while they're fighting Thundermon, this other Digimon shows up. That's kind of like a giant insect with wings, and well, first what happens is Cody tells them about Ankylomon being Armadillomon at the champion form, and then this other Digimon shows up that's like a bug with wings and stuff, and a spiked heart on one hand. Now, that's actually Wormmon's champion form, but I won't explain who that form is until the next video. Because, well, his character bio doesn't show up. But I guess I could. I'll mention that bug Digimon is actually Wormmon's champion form known as Stingmon, but it doesn't show up until the next video. Like the character bio form doesn't show up, but since this is the first episode where he shows up, I'll put it in the description also. And then Stingmon manages to destroy Thundermon, and they're all surprised by that. And then he turns back into Wormmon, and they're excited. They're surprised that Ken's back, and they're also surprised that Wormmon can digivolve. And then Ken and Wormmon walk off, and basically, then later on, Cody is telling them that basically, he's looking into the distance where the control spire is, and he's saying that they're not going to believe this, but the control spire is not there anymore. It's disappeared, and then Ken and Wormmon are walking off in the area, and Wormmon is apologizing to Ken because he let the woman get away and stuff. And he says that Ken says that they'll get her next time and stuff. And that's basically where this episode stops. So if you guys like this video on YouTube, just please give it the really, really best you guys can, because this is the first for the new month, and I really want to see you do well. So until next time, guys, see you next time, and keep it digital.